What are the needs of a man? Do you know what they are? Whether you're a male or a female, it's one of the most important things that we need to discover, because we will interact with the opposite sex. If you're a female, and if you're male, you'll interact with other guys. But also, I think it's very important just to know who you are as a guy too. So today, we're going to be breaking down the major needs of a man, and we got Kamu in the pod today. Once again, let's go.
We are back. Let's go.
So, guys, I found an article by Jimmy Evans. It's something that I've actually been paying a lot of attention to. And the first time I brought it up to Kamu, guys, this man was like, how do we know that this is facts, right? And I think it's something that's very interesting. And let's speak into that tension as well, right? I wanna approach it on a general point of view, and then we'll follow the scriptures later.
Okay.
And see if everything correlates. But just to create a backdrop, right? I opened up a couple of. I want to show you. I opened up a couple of tabs. Ne?
Okay.
So it's this one, and this one.
Okay.
Ne? And the things that all of these pages had in common is that those needs were similar.
Okay.
So it was worded differently.
Okay.
But the needs are somewhat the same.
It's the
Okay.
same. Okay.
We're gonna get into the Bible, because I know you're gonna say
Yes.
Yay.
Scripture, sir.
Who
Scripture.
said?
Yes.
Prove it.
Yeah.
Which actually reminds me, there's still something that we need to prove that we spoke about during Staff Chapel. But
Oh yes.
anyway,
Yes.
we'll
but
talk
it's
about
fine,
it.
but
Maybe we
it's
can
fine.
actually make that an episode on the podcast, because that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, bro, what is the first need, bro?
Okay. The first need is honor and respect.
Hello.
That's what it says.
Hello.
The first need of a man
Is honor and
is
respect.
honor and respect.
Hey, come on, bro.
You know what? I believe this one is true.
Yes.
This
Okay.
one 100%.
Oh, it's true. Okay.
This one is
Okay.
this one 100%.
Talk to me.
Because I was just thinking how like side chicks
Yeah.
have gotten this right. Side chicks,
Uh-oh.
mistresses, they've gotten this
Uh-oh.
completely right.
Yeah.
Like a man would definitely step out if he's respected
Yes.
by someone else, if he's
Facts.
honored by
Yes,
someone else.
Yes.
So
yes.
like this one for me is 100% correct. I don't know about you.
It's wild to me that you be like, start off with side chicks, get this
Yes.
right. But it's true. It's very
Yeah.
true. I know exactly what you mean, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely for me, honor and respect is pivotal, because as a man, we represent that part of God that wants to be honored and respected.
Yeah.
Right. There's
Ooh, okay.
when God made male and female, there's attributes and characteristics of God that are in both male and
Yeah.
female, right? And even the Bible says that we're made in His image and in His likeness, right? And when you're respected and you're honored as a man, bro, your chest, bro,
Yeah.
you hear like nothing is impossible, bro.
True.
You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
So
That's true.
I definitely I know it, and it's fuel. And even as a child, bro, you spoke about this as well as a kid. Is like, if there's groceries in the car, if somebody hypes you up, bro, you'll take
You'll take
8
all
plastics,
of
bro.
them.
You'll be here, man.
Yeah,
They'll be
yeah.
all over
Yeah,
this
yeah,
arm.
yeah.
They'll be all over this arm
Yeah.
because somebody said something to you that evokes something that is already inside of you. So that honor and that respect for me is a need.
Yeah.
And bro, I think this is something that's important for us to say, is that it's a need, it's not a want.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
That is not
100%.
honor and respect shouldn't be based on how I'm behaving, even though that makes it easier for you to honor and respect me. Okay. And I know someone's like clenching now when I say that, because no, you should be worthy of honor
of
and
respect,
and
yeah.
worthy of respect.
Yeah.
But that's not the conversation, right? We're
Yeah.
speaking about needs.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that we also need to establish is that the needs of a man and the needs of a woman are different. So for a woman, you can't understand how that's a need, because you're not.
Yeah. Because you don't need it.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
So you don't
So
know
you wouldn't
what it.
understand
Yeah, you're not wired to
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah.
The same way, like when we eventually go through the needs of a woman, it's like we're not women,
Yeah.
so we don't know.
We don't know exactly.
Yeah.
We're obviously going to have a woman for that.
For sure.
Yeah, okay.
For sure. Yeah. No.
That would make sense.
What do we know about?
Yeah.
I know nothing about being a woman.
Yeah.
So do you want to read it? Or should I read it? That
Uh,
little description there.
The whole description. So it says in Ephesians 5, Paul says, wives, submit to your husband as to the Lord. I don't believe in a concept of submission that says women should submit because they are not equal. If you see in verse 21, Paul means you should respect your husbands like you would respect Christ.
Hello.
That is the standard the Bible gives to women, because men gravitate to the place where they get honor and respect.
Yeah.
And they run from any place that any place they feel like they may be disrespected.
Yeah.
It's not about enabling destructive or self-destructive behavior. If he's in a destructive mode, say something, pull someone else in. Otherwise, do these following things.
Bro, the part where it says men gravitate towards places where they get honor and respect.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're talking about.
Easy, like exactly that.
exactly-
Yeah.
bro.
You'll definitely go to someone that honors you and respects you. Like I see it in me. I genuinely just want to be respected.
Yeah.
I've said it when I was still doing the podcast. I was saying that was my top number one is respect.
Yeah.
Because I saw how they were respecting my father, and I wanted the same. Like not just that, but I think it is that feeling that's inside you. I'm wired to be to get respect because I need it. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
I 100% agree with everything that is mentioned here, and it's not about like being not equal to women. It's not about that.
Yeah.
Like it's just like what you're saying. It's a need for us.
Yeah. And it's like, let's go back to that side chicks thing, right? Because I think that's something important. By the way, guys, we're not at church, so. But the things that the issues that appear in church are because these type of things are not spoken about, right? So the reason why men will gravitate towards side chicks is because they give them honor and respect, right? And I can feel like a woman saying, yeah, well, but she doesn't have to deal with everything that I have to deal with at home. She only gets like the best parts of him. But it's like men are, as weird as it may sound, is that you need to sow honor and respect in order to reap the fruits of honor and respect, right? And it doesn't make sense on a just a logical point of view until you do it.
Yeah.
It's like you sow seeds, and then you'll start to reap fruit. And if you want that man to be great, start to praise him and to give him honor for the things that he's doing right. You know, it's so easy to talk about all the things that he's doing wrong. But let's take some time and let's put some attention into the things that he's doing. Even if he's doing one right thing.
Yeah.
Bro,
honor that. Yeah.
It builds you up because as men, we're the hardest on ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Like we're always like, am I making enough money? Am I taking care of people? Do I have enough saved away? Am I providing the way that I need to provide? Am I loving enough? Am I sleeping enough? Am I this? Am I that? Am I reading enough Bible? Am I going to church enough? We're hard enough on ourselves. But if you give us honor and respect, bro, chest comes out, bro.
That's
You're just
true.
like, yeah, no, I feel valued and I feel seen. So yeah,
And that's important, being valued and seen.
yeah,
I think being seen is like also a top thing. Like you want to be acknowledged for the things that you're doing.
yeah,
Like the effort that goes behind like just living as a guy in jail. It's a lot. And not being recognized for that, not honoring that, no, it's kind of demotivating.
Yeah.
I mean, if you speak about the things that are good in someone's life that they're doing for you, like it only makes you want to do more.
Yeah.
Doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. So
Yeah.
definitely we
That's
need
a
to
fire
like
point.
we need respect, guys. I need respect.
bro. I need respect. Your man needs respect.
Your man needs respect.
Your father needs
Aish.
respect.
The
yo.
man.
Any
needs
man.
any man,
Your
yeah.
brother needs respect. Respect is the currency. Like if you need some stuff from your man or from your brother or from any male in your life, respect and honor are the greatest things. So there's a couple of soft points in there, which I think we should talk about, bro. 'Cause these are like so interesting. The first one is, let me do the first one. You can do the second one,
Okay.
and then we'll just take it that way, right? It says, allow him to fail.
Eish.
Yo, bro. Hey, I found
Yeah,
that
no.
one, bro. Yeah. Ladies, you don't even understand because you're like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Shouldn't I just say something to stop you from failing?
failing.
Because I see this thing coming from a mile. Allow us as men to
make
fail.
mistakes.
Says, your husband is imperfect. Or you can even put brother, whatever male figure is in your life, and he's going to fail. A lot of damage a woman can do in her marriage is to try and keep her husband from making a mistake. Let him go on his own way, get lost, make a wrong turn, make a mistake. Your role is not to correct him, it's to support him. Woo. It's not to correct him.
Yeah. It's to support
It's to support him. Why is that? Because we have a corrector.
Yeah.
as men who have a relationship with Jesus Christ,
Jesus, yeah.
God through the Holy Spirit corrects us and says, hey, listen, do this, don't do this, do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that's very important for women is that it's not your responsibility to correct him, but you can report him
Yeah.
to
Yes.
the person
You can
who
report
can
him.
correct him.
Yeah. That's your duty. That's your job.
Yeah. And it's so true, because as men, like I said, we're very hard on ourselves. Just because we're quiet and we don't tell you everything that's going on in our minds, that doesn't mean that there isn't a lot going on in our minds.
Yeah.
We're trying to be this person that God created us to be, and we fall short. And we try to hear from the Holy Spirit, right? We're trying to be sensitive to Him. We're trying to just be there.
Yeah.
And sometimes we hear and things go right. Sometimes we hear and things go wrong. And some of those things are just the will and the purpose of God, because He's using everything for our good, right? But give us space to fail. Like,
yeah. And in the failure, there's growth.
Yeah.
There's some form of like growth that happens when you fail. You can't just fail and not learn from your failures. So allowing him to fail will only like better him, will only make him grow and learn from his failures, which he then will obviously not repeat those mistakes. So yeah, we need to give him space to like do what he does, even if even if you know, Guti, what the right thing to do is. I think suggesting something is better than correcting or instructing him what to do in the situation. So yeah, that's I think to counter that, women need to just like suggest things and make room also for like the guy saying, yeah, no, we're gonna try it this way. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So allow him to fail. He will fail. Like sometimes he
will
won't
fail. Yeah.
And what if he takes your suggestion and then he actually fails with your suggestion?
Yeah.
And then it's an even bigger problem, because I wanted to do it my way. You stopped me from doing it my way.
Yeah.
Mind you, we are
That's the
failing.
whole
Now
thing.
now we are in this situation because of you. You know? Yeah.
It's true. And something that's very powerful that has been even like so good in our relationship, like me and Nadia, is that she suggests things in the form of questions. It's brilliant, because here's what it does. It takes the responsibility off of her. Yeah. But it also puts her in a position where she's empowered to give advice. But because I made I answered the question and it sounded like my suggestion, I still feel empowered. You see?
Yeah.
Even though she knows what she's doing, and sometimes I know what she's doing, but just because the way I'm wired, it works every time. It's like, babe, are we gonna pour petrol? Instead of saying, pour petrol. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Babe, the car's got no petrol. Please pour petrol. Or not even, that's still nice. But if someone says, no, the car's out of petrol, what are you going to do about it? It's just like, that energy is not, first of all, it doesn't give honor and respect. Yeah. But if you say, here's a simple one, where are we going to pour petrol? Yeah. Or you think you're pouring petrol tonight or tomorrow morning? Yeah. You put the power back in my hands. Yeah. And now I can go, okay, yeah, I should probably pour petrol. Okay, let me pour it in the morning, because in the morning I'm gonna wake up and do X, Y, and Z, and then that will make sense. And then you can also lead her by saying, yes, I'll pour petrol in the morning. So that leadership aspect that she needs from a man, she can get it by putting him in a position to lead, instead of controlling him and pointing him in different directions, right? Because the toxic version of honor and respect is when women try to control him. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Because if I can control you, then I can make sure that whatever you're doing is moving and keeping me safe. Because if security is the number one need of a woman, she's always trying to do things to feel secure. Yeah. But as men, it's like, if we're not honored and respected, you're not putting us in a position to make you feel secure. Yeah. And like the one thing that I was thinking about, like even while we were speaking now, is like that, like my mind went whoops and opened up, is that Adam had a relationship with God before he had a relationship with Eve. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So there was a connection between God and Adam. And then God said, it's not good for this guy to be alone. I want to make someone to help him. Yeah. But she's coming in to help him with this God thing. So there has to be a relationship with God that is above your relationship with him. There has to be a stronger voice in his life that is above your voice. Yeah. And it's important to lead him back to the voice. And even if you lead him back to the voice, you know that he's hearing from the holy voice, the divine voice, the perfect voice. So even in him taking that ownership and saying, I'm going to God, and you're helping me go back to God, is he becomes a man who can lead better. And if he leads better, you feel more secure. And if you feel more secure,
Yeah.
you feel more safe. And you can go back to being a woman instead of trying to control him and out of fear becoming the man in the relationship.
Ish. Ish.
Bro.
Yeah, no.
There's
something you said. I don't remember when, but you mentioned like there's some form of protection under the authority of a leader or someone that's like above. Do you say something like that? Ne?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Like explain that to me, because I didn't get it probably.
Oh, okay. So, in a relationship, now, it's like an umbrella. I'll put the
Okay.
picture on post, where it's God as the big umbrella, and then under that umbrella is a smaller umbrella, which is the man, and then under that umbrella is the woman.
Okay.
So as long as God is at the top, everyone is protected. So everyone's under the covering of God.
Yeah.
But if God moves out the way, then the weight and the responsibility falls
On
on
the
the
man.
man. And if the man moves out the way, then the weight and responsibility falls on the woman.
Oh,
but
okay.
also, as a man and a woman, like these two here, if we move out the way, then we put the weight that actually should be on God on us.
Yeah.
And we can't stand that kind of rain. Sunny days. No, let's sing the song. But it's a matter of the order of God and also the covering of God.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're covered by God, man covers woman. But if a woman feels like the man is not under God's covering and is stepping out this way and is taking her outside of that, now they're feeling this weight and this pressure and spiritual attack that actually God wanted to protect them from. So it's a matter of order, but also it's a matter of provision, of blessing, and then protection as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, reason why I'm asking was we were speaking about I think when we were having this conversation, we were speaking about the leadership of the whoever that is in charge.
Yes.
When you make decisions
for
that leader.
Yes.
For that leader, and then it could come back to affect you because you don't have that covering, that protection that is needed. So it is like bringing it back into this. It is that also like when you allow him to make those decisions, make his fail and all those stuff, there is that protection over you that you're still secure in that like protection. Like you are not the one that messed up. He messed up. You allowed him to fail. So when you as a woman don't allow him to make his own problems, failures, that protection like comes off of you, and
that's
then
exactly it.
You're at fault for what's happening. You're at fault for all that is happening because you are the one that directed him into this like mistake that he's in. So
exactly.
Definitely.
There's definitely a protection with letting leaders lead. That's exactly it. Is because if God put that person in a position of leadership, they have a weight and a responsibility that is not yours.
Yeah.
And if they step out, it's their responsibility as a leader to step back in and to seek the heart of God and to seek him in all of his ways so that he can make sure it's moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
But it's like, why would you expose yourself to unnecessary fire just because you have an opinion and you thought that your way of doing things is right?
It's better. Yeah.
It's like it's just too much stress and too much weight unnecessarily because life has enough stress, weights, and burdens on its own.
Yeah.
There'll be things that come up organically that you're gonna argue about, disagree about. There's gonna be seasons of tension where family members pass away, and there's all kinds of things, financial pressure or whatever. It's like these small fights, bro. They're not worth it. They're totally not worth it. So I think that's a good sum up of letting the man fail. That he just needs room to fail. And with that, allow God through the Holy Spirit to direct him and to guide him. And if you feel like he's missing the mark, ask good questions.
Yeah.
And lead him back to the Word of God, right? And when I say that, I mean help him realize, as a help him see that, maybe this is not something that God is encouraging you to do or instructing you to do. And by doing that, you'll see that he'll step up and fill that position.
Yeah.
We're talking about Christian men here.
Yeah. Christian men.
We're talking about Christians. We hope ideally that the men watching this will ultimately give their life to Christ, because Christ knows more than you, bro.
Yeah.
Christ's in control. He has a better plan for our lives than we do. So we are praying that you will give your life to Christ, but also in this honor and respect thing, there's a second element to it. And what is that one, Gamo?
Oh, okay, yeah.
What are you seeing there?
Yeah, the other one is confront him, but let God be the enforcer.
Hello.
Eish.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. The description says you can say anything you want to say, but the question is, who is the enforcer? You tell your husband you don't think he should be doing something, and he does it anyway.
Yeah.
Get into your prayer closet and ask God to give him.
Yeah.
And ask God to get him. Yeah. If you're right, God is on your side.
Yeah.
He can change your husband if you're wrong. He'll correct you. Sometimes if you have a strong personality, the reason you become aggressive is more because of fear than personality.
Yeah. Yep.
Be yourself, but search your heart. Say always what you need to say, and trust God and the Holy Spirit, and He will change your husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts. Big facts. Big facts. Big facts.
Yeah.
And so
I was gonna say what you literally just said, Guti.
Yeah.
Go tell on him on God,
Go
bro.
snitch.
Go snitch. Go to God
Hard.
and snitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hard. Like God will correct him. Will put him in line.
Lord, look what your son is doing, Lord. Look what this man is trying to buy, Jesus. Just snitch.
Yeah,
like,
just
you
snitch
know,
big time.
God has a way, man. God can close doors.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think women don't realize how much power there is in that, because God can move things in the spirit that manifest in the physical realm because you prayed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what prayer is. Prayer is bringing the realities of heaven to earth, right? And when you pray and you speak to God, God shifts things on earth.
Yeah.
And I think what a lot of humans don't understand is that God has given us control of the earth, right? So whatever we say, whatever we do, or whatever God wants to do on earth, He'll do it through a human being because He gave us control of the earth. So when you pray, you say, Lord, get him.
Yeah.
Right?
It says that get him. Yeah.
Get him, because I can't get him. You haven't given me the authority to get him.
Yes.
But you have full authority to get him, so get him.
Yeah.
For the sake of my family, for the sake of my peace, for the sake of all of these things, please get him so that we can actually live in peace.
Yeah.
And as a man, like if we're not treating our wives well, the Bible speaks about how our prayers will be hindered. So we won't even make the progress that we want if we're not treating you well. So just get him.
Yeah.
Like, it's simple. Like, just, Lord, get him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I know, Lord, I could say 2-3 things that can get my way in the situation. But
yeah.
you know, men can quiet quit. Like, you can say, okay, sure.
Yeah.
And then you'll swallow again. She'll say something crazy, you'll be like, okay, sure. Then she'll say something crazy again, you'll be like, okay, sharp. Then one day, he's out.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
When did this start?
But it's like, it was a sequence of events where you kept not honoring him and respecting him, not honoring and respecting him, trying to control him when it's God who's the one who's the controller.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's like, okay, I'm tired of being controlled. I'm tired of being manipulated. I'm trying to be the person that I'm trying to be the person that God has created me to be. And I'm out.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to honor and respect. It's a need. You know, it's a need. And I think ladies need to understand that just because you don't need it doesn't mean that we don't need it.
We don't, yeah.
So talk to the Lord. The Lord of heaven. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God of the universe, the God who created earth and created him, has control. He can just go
100%.
Close this door, open this door.
Yeah.
Move this here, shift this there, and suddenly he'll be.
He can change his desires.
Hello.
100% change his desires.
Yeah.
To what like you want.
Yeah.
Through prayer.
Yeah.
So no, guys, it's very important, and I like how it's all under respect and honor. What we're speaking about so far.
It's very practical.
And confronting him, but letting God be the enforcer. Is it needs respect. That confronting still needs some form of respect.
Yes. Yeah.
How do you think, like, you're married, obviously. How does that does that happen in your marriage, and how does it happen in your
Yeah.
marriage? That confrontational, that's respectful. Yeah, how does that come
I
across?
think it's a matter of not reacting but responding.
Okay.
So women tend to be more on the emotional side, and when you do something, they immediately react.
Yeah.
So that reaction is where the heartbreak happens. It's where the
Okay.
disrespect happens. It's where you fail to honor your man.
Yeah.
But if you slow down and you respond,
Okay.
which means you chew on this thing,
Yeah.
you ask the Lord to give you the right words, and then you respond in a manner that is right. Or you take some time and go, okay, I can't speak to you the way I need to speak to you about the situation right now.
Yeah.
Can I give you a decent answer in a few minutes? Or let me just take a walk, or whatever it is, to
Yeah.
make sure that the words that are coming out of your mouth are not destructive. Because a woman can break down
Yeah.
a house with her own words.
Yeah.
So I think it's just slowing down. I know there's times I've said stuff to Nadia and she's like, okay, I hear you. Let me just find the right way of saying what I'm feeling in my heart.
Okay.
Because I'm a dreamer and I'm a visionary, I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's hey. And for her, it makes her feel unsafe because it's like, wait, are you unsettling us again?
Yeah.
But
That
when
stability.
Yeah. But when I'm saying these things, I'm not trying to unsettle her. I'm extending the vision beyond what it is now.
Yeah.
So for her, it's like, oh, wait. It's a lot. I thought we were still doing this. Why are you changing? Why are you doing that? And as a man, I also had to take some time to realize what that makes her feel like.
Yeah.
So even with visions and dreams and ideas, I have to say, Lord, is this a now thing or is this a later thing? God, is this you or is this me? You know?
Yeah.
And with that, try and fill some of the gaps and make her feel secure in our relationship. But I think the most important thing that she does is she slows down to figure out how to respond accordingly. Because if she reacts, that's when it's just triggers. Like just you say something and then the man goes,
yeah, then he starts reeling back. Yeah.
But this is also stuff that we learned along the way. It didn't just start like that. I'm hoping whoever's watching this will change. Like, why you have a chance now just to go, okay, let me fix this thing this way. Let me stop reacting. Like, I know you feel scared or you feel unsure or you feel like maybe your man is opening you up to things that you shouldn't be opened up to. But just slow down and respond. Don't react, because the reactions is what causes the hurt. So
yeah, I think also the intention behind confronting him sometimes is to enforce something. And there's two parts to this statement. There's two parts that I see. It's obviously confronting and then letting God be the enforcer. So I think maybe changing the whole confrontational purpose, the purpose of confronting him, changing that a little bit to maybe something that's a bit more constructive could be helpful. Instead of confronting him to change his behavior, confront him to let him know that I don't like how you're behaving, and then you go snitch on him afterwards. So
it's true, bro.
There's like two parts that I see to it.
And can I say something? Is like, if you're dating someone and when you come to him and you present things where he can improve and change and he doesn't want to change, maybe that's not the person you're supposed to be with. Because those things don't get fixed when you get married, they get amplified. So if you're dating, you don't have to deal with the stuff. And for me, I'm so passionate about it, because I'm like, guys, when you're married, you chaile. Like, ketile, you in. As people who are in ministry, or even people who are Christians will say, guys, you are committed till death do you apart. Unless you somehow married an unbeliever, you gave your life to Christ and they abandoned you, or there's an affair. Chaile. Like, there's no way out of this marriage. And Jesus says that even these conditions for divorce, because your hearts are so hard. So if someone's dating, I'll say, if you see these traits, like where someone you can't speak to them, you can't share your views, you can't use your God brain and your God heart to speak life and to assist him in this vision that he has, that's not the brood for you. Because if God created Eve to be a helper and he won't let you help, some things we just learn. Like, I had to learn to make space for Nadia. That's not what I mean. I'm saying where he says, "No, you're stupid." He speaks down on you as a person
Yeah.
because you're thinking about things, or you're revealing an insecurity in him. That's not a guy.
Yeah.
That's not a guy that
Yeah.
you should be with. And I know, like, it obviously reduces the pool of men, right? But for me, I honestly think some women should rather be single than to deal with
Yeah. What's out there?
a joker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even in church, because you'll break your heart and you'll hurt yourself, or you'll allow someone to break your heart. You'll allow someone to fill you with doubts and insecurities, and with a self-image that is not the image that God has for you.
Yeah.
And then one day when you meet the right guy, he's so gone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's so ahead that he's not trying to find somebody like you, because now you're in this gullible, this hurt, and this
Yeah.
weak state. And obviously God can do a work there. But what I'm saying is that there's probably the right guy.
Yeah.
But because you expose yourself to this joker,
Yeah.
he's decreasing your value
Yeah.
for the guy who can actually take you and build this thing with.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I don't mean it in the sense that God can't restore broken people. I'm just saying that he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying don't put yourself in a position where he has to rebuild something that he already built.
Yeah.
So I think, just too many women rather be single is what I'm saying.
Straight
It's
up.
like, then deal with
Yeah.
guys and say you're gonna change him.
You ain't gonna change
You're
no
not gonna
one.
change no one.
Yeah,
a man will change
there's
when he
no
wants
way.
to change.
Well,
man.
exactly. Yeah. That is facts.
Yeah.
That is facts. We don't just.
You don't. It can't be.
don't
It
just-
can't be. So the third one is hey, honor him where you want him to be, not where he is. Hello, honor him
Okay.
where you want him to be.
Mm.
Bro, this one's fire. Not where he is. Men become in an atmosphere of honor. That's very true. Proverbs 31 talks about an excellent wife whose husband is an elder at the gates of the city. It attributes his success to her, not him. Hello. He is an elder in the gates of the city because of her.
Ish.
When a wife honors her husband beyond where he is, speaking destiny into him, he rises to that level of honor. Beyond that, beyond what he's doing right now. What do you see in your husband? Honor him at that level, even if he's not there yet, and he'll meet it. So true.
Yo.
So true. So
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. Being a helper.
Hey, here we go.
Your purpose is to help him be the man God purposed him to be.
Yeah.
You have to push him to that. You have to lift him up to that place where he is at his fullest potential, even though you don't see him as that yet. But even though he's not living in that as yet, you have to envision him in that state and help him to reach that.
Yeah.
So guys,
Bro.
this one, I think this point for me is like
It's fire.
It's fire. It's too much.
Bro, let me tell you something. If there's anything, I always say this like to people. I'm like, if there's anything that you like about me, the biggest contributor is God. Number 2 is Nadia.
Yeah.
That's facts. However, this also causes problems in the house because the women out there, ladies, this is so important.
Eish.
Get this right.
Yeah.
They can point out and see the things in him that can be better. And you in your own house need to do it. We're not encouraging infidelity. We're not justifying infidelity. We're saying that these are the roots. And if you can address the roots, that you can ultimately help the man and help your relationship get to the place where you want it to be. Because you, as a woman, you have to build your own home. Like no one's coming to build your home for you. You have to create the environment and the man that you want. And one thing I've seen is with a helper helps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A helper fills gaps. A helper sees things and figures things out, and she moves. She's busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Proverbs 31 woman makes sure that whatever gap that the man didn't see, she
covers.
She covers. Oh, we need what? We need an extra income. Here we are. Oh, we need clothes. We're doing this. Okay, we're waking up early to do this. I'm gonna make sure that this is taken care of. She's a woman who makes sure that things are sorted out, things are taken care of. Because as a man, you have a vision, and sometimes when you're pushing that vision, you don't see where the
Yeah.
gaps are.
Yeah.
Especially when it starts to work. You're so busy going forward that you don't see, ooh, there's a hole.
Yeah.
Hey, something's missing there. Hey, I should probably work on this, this and that. But it's so important to speak life. It's so important when he's feeling unsure, when he's feeling insecure, when he's feeling shame, when he's I can't even think of something. If sin entered into his life and it really hit him in the throat,
Yeah.
that you speak life and that he's
You
more
build him
than
up.
this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That he's a winner. That is victorious.
Yeah.
That is an overcomer. That he's got vision. That he's got dreams. That everything that God said about him will come to fruition.
Yeah.
These are just a couple of things that you can say
can say.
because you remind him once again. You take out that chest.
Yes. That respect
Ladies,
and honor is
gotta get the chest out, yo.
Yeah.
Get his chest out. Get him feel confident and bold
Yeah.
and secure in who he is once again. And that's
what a man needs, guys.
just if women did this, bro. Before we even get to number 4, just
Yeah.
these 3 parts under honor and respect.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what happened in my house?
Mm.
And it's because you gave honor and respect.
Yeah.
And once again, as we get to the end of this point, and I'll let you share, but it's not your need, ladies.
It's not.
It's not.
It's
You don't
not.
have to understand it.
Yeah.
Just
Just do it.
You'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, you'll
Just
see
do it and
magic.
you'll reap
Hey.
the rewards.
Hey,
I'm telling you.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah. But do you have anything to say like about that and
Y-
beyond this?
Yeah. Like that Proverbs 31 woman, the husband was an elder because of her, because of what she was doing. So, like sometimes, if you want your man to be all of that, you gotta help him to be all of that.
Yeah.
Like you can't just expect him to be all of that in his own doing just by himself. Then what's the point of you?
Yeah.
What's the point of you being in that relationship, being a woman? What's the point
Yeah.
of you being a woman? Because you are a helper. You have
Yeah.
to help him reach that level, that standard that you want him to be. So putting that expectation on him and just leaving it like that is very unfair. So 100%, guys.
Yeah.
That Proverbs 31 woman made that man.
Yeah.
So
And when you get into that position of honor, and I think this is something that is important to mention as well, is that a woman's loyalty is tested when he has nothing.
yeah,
A man's loyalty is tested when he has everything.
everything. Yeah,
And the thing is, this woman takes all this time to build you up and to help you and to make you this man. But when you're that dude,
yeah,
you also gotta relax. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't just
Yeah.
be moving however you want to move. You can't just be engaging with women or with
Whoever, yeah.
whoever that will now undo the work that the woman is trying to do. And I think it's a beautiful thing, and it's a respectable thing when men who are successful, who are growing in like the not only like success, but in wisdom and integrity and the relationship with God. It's beautiful when you see them stay close to their wife
yeah,
and intentionally make space to keep this relationship solid.
yeah,
That in spite of everything that is going right outside, I'm not gonna stay outside. I'm coming home.
yeah,
And when I come home, I add value to my house. You know, it's sad when you see guys become successful. Ne?
yeah,
Then they ditch their wife.
yeah,
Ne? Then they go out, they go to whatever shop, they go to Land Rover.
yeah,
They grab a Land Rover, they go to Versace, now they're wearing Versace.
yeah,
They go and they buy expensive liquor, and they go and spend all their wealth, all their hard work, go and they empty all the good that their wife sowed into them
Yeah.
on other women and
Yeah.
other things. Then they come back home, empty, broken. Some of them bring diseases,
yeah,
and it's like, so now she must harvest this junk
Aish.
because you failed to be a person of integrity
Yeah.
and to keep it good when things are going good.
Yeah.
And I think as men, that should be a warning to us as well. And I don't know who this is for. Somebody who's watching this, is that your success is for home.
yeah. Hey,
Success is not for
it
the
is.
streets. Your
It is.
success is for
home.
home. So yeah, bro, I just felt, hey.
That's
felt
a
that
that's
one.
a that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Success is for home value. You can't expect this poor lady to invest all of her into you, and then once you're there, once you've made it, just like
Yeah.
turn on her completely. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
That's
because
cruel.
success is attractive to everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's attractive to your girl. It's attractive to other women. It's attractive to people who want to come and help you spend your money.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember what Bible verse it was, but it's like, what good is wealth except for people to come and help you spend it? Right?
Yeah.
Which is so
Yeah.
true, because
Yeah.
when people see a wealthy person, all they think about is what
Yeah.
what they can get
What
from
we
you.
can get from you.
But
True.
that wealth, that security, all those things that God is adding to you is also for the woman. Like you can't just be, you can't be out here. You can't be rolling with guys who don't think and act and conduct their endeavors in a way that is constructive and good for home. You know, because there's two types of people. There's the men who are building for home, and there's the ones who are building for the streets.
Yeah. You
That's
have
the
to
truth.
choose where you're at.
Yeah. And if you see there's guys who are not home focused, you can't be around those guys because we're impressionable
Yeah.
and corruptible.
Yeah.
So I rather focus with guys who are thinking and who are moving different, because these are the guys who can help you produce the kind of home, one, that is healthy and that is good, two, that you actually want to go home to.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe she's acting up because you're acting up.
Because you're a douche.
Because you're a douche, because
Yeah.
you're doing all these crazy things out here.
Yeah.
And now she feels unsafe. And when she feels unsafe, she starts to act in a way that feels unsafe.
Yeah.
And now, instead of you making her feel safer and feel more secure, you think that if I just buy more stuff, that she'll be fine. But no, she needs her man.
Yeah.
And she needs all of her man.
Yeah.
And she needs you to be the guy that you were before you got all of the success. And don't let the success now make you less of a person at home, because it's important to be the right person at home. And I can you tell I'm passionate about this?
I can tell.
But it's because I see it all the time, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, bro, you could have such a wonderful life if you just relax. And the more you're out there, the more she's acting up at home. But the more she acts up at home, the more you want to be out there.
Yeah.
Because now, as a man, you would rather live on the roof than in the house with a nagging wife. But
Yeah.
maybe it was your fault.
Maybe it's your fault she's nagging.
Sometimes they nag, but sometimes it's your fault.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's don't be that guy. Yo, bro, I could go somewhere. I could go deep.
You get it.
But I don't want to go deep. But don't be that guy that.
So
yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there any part that a man plays in this respect and honor? Is there a part that a man plays in receiving respect and honor?
So I think, and this is just my opinion, is that we're talking about. So this whole podcast is walk it out. So it's hard to practically walk out your faith.
Yeah.
So this is not saying that this is the easiest thing to do for a man who's not a Christian, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
And that's not where we're at right now. Right?
Yeah.
Is if someone who's not a Christian is listening to this, amen, hallelujah, please keep listening. But we're trying to help people who have given their lives to Christ follow this model that he's created for us to live this abundant life that he talks about. So as men, I think the most important thing to do in terms of receiving honor and respect is to be the type of man that is going after the hearts of God. Because when you're going after the hearts of God, you can be not always trusted, but people can put hope and know that if they put their hope in you, that there's a chance that you could get it right, which I think for me is important, because sometimes people have broken trust.
Yeah.
So maybe someone can't trust you, but they can put their hope in you because they see you going after God and seeking him. But I think our responsibility is to keep seeking God.
Okay.
I think that's the most important thing, is that if you're above, this man who has these needs is looking upwards and not fighting downwards.
Yeah.
Because if you look upwards, downwards you add value. You'll always add value to your wife. You'll always add value to your kids. But if you're not doing this work,
yeah.
it's trouble.
Yeah.
And if you keep coming home and saying, you don't honor and respect me, you know, the Bible says, submit. It's like, bro, wait.
Yeah.
Are you listening to God? Because are you treating your wife the way you're supposed to be treating her?
Yeah.
Because if you're treating her the way you're supposed to be treating her, this is not the conversation you're having. You're saying, Lord, how can I be a man who's worthy of honor and respect? How can I be a man who's leading my house in such a way that my wife feels like she just wants to speak life and say all these wonderful things and treat me with honor and respect? And it's not to say that she won't make mistakes, but it's like, Lord, what can I do better? How can I be a better person? So I think the most important part of that is for you to seek wholeness in your relationship with God,
Yeah.
and not to seek wholeness from your spouse. Because as a man, if you're seeking wholeness from your spouse, bro, your spouse is not designed to make you whole.
Yeah.
Like it was never part of God's plan.
Yeah.
God made a whole Adam and said, it's not good for this guy
Yeah.
to be alone. I'm going to make him a helper. But this guy, he didn't say he can't function without her, that is not healthy without her. He
Yeah.
just said it's not good.
It's not
So
good. Yeah.
with a God who made everything in 6 days and called everything good, the first thing that he said wasn't good was for this guy to be alone. Not that he's not good.
Yeah.
It's just that when he's not alone, he can't function to his fullest potential
Yeah.
when this woman is not in the picture. So I think this guy,
Yeah.
the
That's where the
relationship,
work is.
you gotta go into quiet time and come out a better man. Like
True.
with however that looks like,
Yeah.
come out better. You can go into quiet time thinking, oh, I'm so justified in my anger, and I need to work hard because I need to provide, and X, Y, and Z. And then come out of quiet time and go, Lord, I haven't been trusting you with my emotions. I haven't been trusting you with my money.
Yeah.
Here they are. Lead me once again. What do I need to do in this house? And help me to make space for you so that I can hear you when you're telling me what I need to do outside.
Yeah.
That, for me, is the role that the man plays. It's not to shout at your wife and say, hey, you will honor me.
Yeah.
I paid the bills here.
My house.
It's my house. Well, sir, you guys are married. Two have become one. So
Yeah.
So I think that's the part that they play, bro.
Okay. Number 4, it says, cover his faults and focus on his strengths. The devil wants us to constantly think about the worst qualities of our spouse. God wants us to constantly think about the best qualities of our spouse. When the devil has had his way, our minds become negative and fault finding. On any given day, the good things about our lives far outweigh the bad things. But we have a tendency to take a good thing for granted and focus on the bad. Men want to hear their wives acknowledge what they do. I think you're a good man. I'm thankful I married you. You're a leader. I see it in you. I believe in you. Focus on his strengths. Remind yourself every day about the good things that your husband does. And as you remember, you realize it a lot. Yeah, no.
Bro, let me tell you something. There's things I've done in life and to Nadia that the world knows nothing about.
Yeah.
And I can assure you the world will know nothing about. Nothing illegal, nothing abusive. Whoa,
Just
let's-
to
hey, this thing can, nothing like that. I'm just saying that she covers me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That whatever happens in this house stays in this house. And I don't mean that in a toxic way. I mean that she honors me enough that when I come outside, that people see me in a certain light. Because she makes sure people sees me in a certain light, which goes back to the thing again about being a man who's honored in the city gates. That her words are important, because when a woman opens her mouth and she speaks, bro, it's like a web of
People
just
listen.
things. People listening, and it spreads like this, and it gets amplified here, and it gets built up here, and it gets misinterpreted there, and then suddenly your house is a mess, and your reputation is a mess too. So inside is a mess and outside is a mess, and I think that's the realm where men contemplate things like suicide. But it's important to cover him, like just to cover him. That wherever you are, that you don't speak ill of him. I think there's a there's a place to vent. but it must be a safe place to vent.
Yeah.
Number one, it has to be the Lord above anyone else.
Yeah.
Number two, you need a person who you can trust, and even when you say things to them, it has to be at a very filtered level.
Yeah.
Because that honor and that respect, or let me say, when the honor and respect is turned into disrespect and a lack of honor, it spreads way quicker than the things that are going right.
Yeah.
Bad news will always spread quicker than good news. And it'll always come around, and the man can go, but you're the only person that told this to.
Yeah. Nice.
How do they know about this thing? And why is that person looking at me funny? And what is this about? But all of that was because there was a lack of honor. There was a lack of respect because you didn't cover him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's important. It's very, very, very important.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Bro, you know what? It's like I think it's also something like while I'm speaking, I'm like thinking of different circumstances and different people that I've spoken to, and it's just like, why did you let that out? Yes, you vented, but now he's in a position where he doesn't know what people know about him.
Yeah.
And that primary need inside of him of honor and respect is he feels vulnerable in it, because it's like, you're the place that I go to talk.
Yeah.
You're the place that I go to feel safe. But now when that goes out,
Yeah.
all that does is it makes me not want to talk, because I'm like, what's going to happen if I do talk?
Yeah.
Hi, baby. You're on the podcast now. So yeah, I think it's very, very, very important. And I think it's, once again, ladies, it's a need.
Yeah.
It's not a want.
Yeah.
It's a need. So yeah, I think it's a we gotta be very intentional. And I think sometimes you think this friend is someone who you can trust.
Yeah.
But it's not someone
It's
you
not,
can
yeah.
trust. It's someone who can lend you an ear, but then they lend their mouth to 7 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. Well, where's your mind with that?
Just with the friendship stuff now, I think I heard this somewhere, if it was a reel or something, but find friends that will hear you out and bring correction. For example, let's say if you did something to Nadia and Nadia has a friend that they can vent to, that friend shouldn't be like, vele umthoko njalo. That friend should be like, say, like a weird example, what did you do wrong?
Yeah.
There's a reason why this man is acting like this. What did you do wrong? Go fix your marriage.
Yeah.
Go fix your marriage. That makes sense. Find like friends that will bring correction and hold you accountable. And yeah, definitely that will not blab out your business and your nonsense out there.
Yeah.
And it is a matter of respect. And also within that friend, like, how are you speaking about your husband, or how are you speaking about your wife?
Yeah.
There should be a respect within that and honor within that. That
be.
yes, you are venting, but like, let's be respectful within that venting.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. In terms of friendship, that's what I was thinking. And then the covering of it. It's also, I heard it from a reel where the guy was just speaking about a relationship is not 50-50. It's if you, whatever you have and whatever she has, we bring it, we work on it. If you have, if you have 10, she has 90, that picks her up. When you're at your lowest, she can cover you at your lowest. And whatever you've done to her, within that, she will cover you and act like nothing is wrong. Act like nothing happened within the household. It doesn't make sense. Within the household, she'll bring that correction. And then outside, there is no, Umtoko did this, Umtoko did that. This man is just he's all like all other men. Doesn't make sense. So that covering is very like needed. And I was just thinking about something. I forgot what I was thinking about. And what was I thinking about?
You can even walk in front. Hey. You should see. Hey guys, you should see what's going on behind the camera. Love you, baby. Yeah, sorry, bro. Yeah. You lost the train of thought. But,
I lost it. Yeah.
So while you think about it, let me say something about this whole covering thing. Is that your friendship circle is crucial for your marriage.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crucial that if you're around women who disrespect their husbands, it's only a matter of time before you get to that point where you start
100%.
saying things like you marriages leak,
Yeah.
and it's important for you to close the holes while you're filling at the top. Like there's no point just going on a date night
Yeah.
and filling and filling and filling if you're not closing the holes. Like this,
Yeah.
I'll tell Nads, I'm like, "Hey, babe, this friend, this one,
Yeah.
be careful. Like, don't just talk and just speak and think
Yeah.
it's a safe place. It's not a safe place."
Yeah.
And I understand that there's a weight and a responsibility that I think people don't know that comes with being a wife. And also, if someone is a minister, there's a pressure to the wife that people don't understand. So there isn't a lot of people you can talk to, but even in that few people, that you can't just speak to anybody, you know. So I only tell her, like, just be careful. And also, she has the full rights to tell me to be careful about people in my life, you know, because you think, I know a person, or you always try and see the best in a person. But poison. It's an issue here. Stay away from these kinds of people. So I think it's very important. Like, with honor and respect, we can talk about it forever because it's such a need for us, right?
Yeah.
We only at point number one.
Yeah, it's
because
exactly. It's
so
probably
big.
the number one.
Definitely.
It's probably the number one. Yeah.
Definitely is number one. So, did you remember what you wanted to say?
I don't.
It's
but
gone.
I have a question.
Go for it. Go for it.
Within, like, outside of, like, let's say outside of within a relationship. So I'm in a relationship. So within a relationship, there is this thing that like girls or women, I'm saying outside of relationship, need to be have this expectation to be treated like a wife when they are at girlfriend phase. No. Like, there's this expectation,
yes. Yeah.
That is out there, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure if it's good or not.
Yeah.
But what I know for a fact is that expectation of a guy is not there.
Yeah.
Where a girl should treat a boyfriend like husband, or at that status of being husband within the boyfriend girlfriend relationship.
At
And I'm
that
not saying
level.
like have sex or like do all these crazy things that a wife does.
Yeah.
But that level of like loving a girl like she's your wife when she's not your wife, or respecting her when she's not your wife yet, in that level. Like, why is that expectation more on like the guys need to act a certain way towards the girls, but when it's vice versa, they out of there. They don't want nothing about that. Like,
Yeah. So I can't answer for women, but I can say something. I think in the process of dating, right, you don't have to submit to a man.
Yeah.
But when you're married, you submit to your husband, right? As he submits to Christ. When you're dating, she's trying to figure out if this is a man that she can submit to. So you have to show traits where you're able to be submitted to. I think, in my opinion, because if marriage doesn't change anything about a person, it doesn't. I know. I think it's because of movies that makes it seem like, once you get married, guys, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be wonderful. Everything that was an issue when you were dating, everything that was an issue when you were single, it's just gonna disappear.
Yeah.
Nope.
That lust is still there.
It's still there. Everything, bro. Bad money decisions, the lust is still there. The greed is still there. The mama issues, the mama's boy, the daddy issues, the being attached to your father, all of that is still there. It's just literally amplified because now there's someone in your face who can see this thing all the time.
Yeah.
Because when you get married, it's like a mirror. There's literally somebody who's mirroring yourself at you. And sometimes they'll feel people with insecurities, and then that's a story for another day. But when you're dating, and I think it's a good thing that women have that, because you have to show traits to show this is the type of person I can trust to lead me. Because how can I submit to someone who's going to lead us into a hole? Right? And I'm not saying that women should get the full benefits of being married. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. The same way men shouldn't get the full benefits of being married. If you want those full benefits, get married.
Yeah.
And I always say, it's not expensive to get married.
Come on, somebody.
It's expensive to have a great wedding.
Home affairs. It's what, 75 rand?
Something.
Let's do it.
It's not expensive to get married. It's expensive to have a great wedding.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: is like, your girl probably wants a great wedding, which is, I'm not denying it, but I'm saying that if you want to get married, you can make a plan to get married.
Yeah.
That's my chat, because I think our generation waits too long to get married, right? And there's all kinds of things that hinder us from getting married, and they're very real things.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, if you want to get married, you'll get married,
Yeah.
right? So, I think it's from ladies. Please comment. We want to hear your comments.
Yes.
Tell
Yeah,
us, right?
please, hey?
But I think from my side, it's important to show those kinds of traits, because when you're dating, you're seeing, like, you're checking each other out to see, is this the type of person I can commit to
Yeah.
for the rest of my life, that I can commit to serving, that I can commit to giving my life to. Because when you get married, it's not about you, it's about serving the other person. Ideally, you should be so full of you, right? That you should be so secure in yourself that you're only going into marriage to pour yourself out, right? And the other person too.
Yeah.
But if there's not this reciprocation, right?
Yes.
This pouring into each other, and one person pours into the other, it's only a matter of time before this one's empty.
Yeah.
And this one feels like you're not pouring enough into me, because if you're empty, you can't pour.
We
Right?
have nothing.
So it's a mess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to look and see, is this person giving
Okay.
I can marry you vibes?
Okay.
You know, the same way with guys is like, I think we're a little bit more subtle with it. Like, be honest, if she cooks for you, bro,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
you're married or not. Yeah, it's nice to go out on a date and grab pizza.
But
bro, when she takes out a pot, bro, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, for me, bro,
that pop boy.
it's just for me."
Yeah, I'm
all
telling
of
you.
this for me. Like,
Yeah.
there's something that goes,
Yeah.
right?
True.
Because it just shows, oh, this is the type of person I can actually,
They'll
I
take care
can
of you.
trust. Yeah, I can trust for them to pour into me as I pour into them. And it's a pouring thing,
Yeah.
which I think is also very important. Is that a lot of people don't go into marriage to pour.
Yeah.
They go into marriage to be poured into. But it's like, nope, sir. The pouring comes from above.
Yeah.
And you trust that God will use that person to pour into you. But
Yeah.
it's not your responsibility to tell someone, you better pour into me.
Yeah.
Like, no, bro. So yeah, I that's the part that I definitely place the most emphasis on, is that you're dating, so you're checking to see,
Yeah.
is this the kind of person that I want to be with. And once you see, then you push for marriage, right?
Okay.
Because it shifts from, oh yeah, this is the right person. Now we're pushing for marriage.
Yeah.
I think that's where you're at, right? It's like you're the person where you're like, this is the right person for me. Now I'm pushing for marriage. Now things must
It must start.
I want to be married now. So what do I need to do?
Yeah.
And you will, like we've spoken about, I don't know, obviously tell all your business, but it's like, once a man knows that this is the right person, he starts to move things
Yeah.
to say, that's bone of my bone, that's flesh of my flesh.
Yeah.
For this reason, I'm gonna leave my mom and dad and be joined to her, because I see her the way God created her for me.
Yeah, for me.
So yeah.
Okay.
That's
You
it.
answered me. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
I still want to see the comments though. The
Yeah.
comments,
Please
Please.
tell us, ladies, we are not women. Why do y'all do that? Tell us why y'all be trying to have all these
Husband.
expectations
Hey.
on a man who
But you
hasn't.
don't expect you yourself to be a wife
Yeah.
to this man. Please now.
And then you push for the ring. I believe in pushing for the ring. But ladies, tell us, why do you push for the ring?
Like, what you mean? Like, they want the proposal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a huge advocate for pushing for the ring.
Okay.
Because sometimes as men we think we're not ready when we are. We just
Okay.
need the right push. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how many things in your life do you think you weren't ready to do until somebody pushed you?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you should be toxic in your pushing, but you should say, where are we going?
Like, what's happening?
This we should say this for the panel. Yeah. Is it right to push for the ring?
Yeah.
We'll say
Yeah.
that for the panel discussion. But I think you tell me what you think, bro. But I think pushing for the ring is a good thing. Because once again, you're for me, if the woman is secure, if the woman is whole, if she's not doing it from an insecure place, you're showing the man once again what is in him.
Yeah.
It means your husband material. It means I can trust you to lead my life, right?
Yeah.
So it's something that's like, yeah, mom, get this ring.
Okay.
Oh,
She said me? Me? Yeah, no. Then the chest comes out. It's like, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So yeah. What do you think, bro?
For pushing for the ring.
Uh-oh.
I agree with it.
Yeah.
Here's why. It kind of like says, okay, it kind of shows me that okay,
Yeah.
she's ready as well.
Yeah.
Does make sense.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, maybe for me there's that uncertainty to say like, or knowing it when she's ready for like, okay, yeah, now is the time.
Yeah.
Like we need to start. You know. So I think it like it's a sign to say, okay, yeah, we now we can start.
This
like,
is
you know.
Yeah.
But
However,
if maybe you're not, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not there as a guy. Maybe you're not like
Yeah.
there yet.
Yes. Yeah.
And then they pushing.
Yeah.
And then it's awkward when the guy doesn't.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. Yeah.
doesn't pop up
Yeah.
with the ring
Yeah,
after 3 months.
Yeah.
Or something. But I don't know. I think it maybe takes y'all both speaking about it and saying, okay, sharp. After you've pushed a little bit, then it's like, okay, yeah, no, I think let's let's start thinking about it. Or if he's the one that first said, hey, we're thinking about getting married now, like, and then you make that push to like show things with let's start. I think that would make more sense.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I just felt just randomly nje. I don't think so. You need to gauge it. You need to.
It's very sensitive. It's very sensitive.
Yeah, that's for me.
So it leads in. For me, it leads into need number 2 because we need the ring to do the need number 2.
Okay.
But we're out of time today.
Okay.
So we gotta stop today.
That's number 2.
We're out of time today.
Okay.
Stick around, guys. Episode number 2, we'll speak about the second need of a man, because that was just one. We could talk in a whole hour about number 1, probably
Number
more
2.
for number 2. But guys, hey, thank you for being with us in this time. We really appreciate it. Please don't forget, like, if this video adds value to you in any way, please hit that like button.
Yeah.
Tells YouTube we want to get this thing to more people, and that it's valuable to you, so it should be valuable to other people, because that's how the YouTube world works, is that the more response, the more it pushes it to other people. So if this adds value to you, please do hit that like button. Not so much for me, but just to make sure it reaches the people who really need to watch this and to hear this out. Kamu, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We will continue. Need number 2 is coming. Don't Google it. Some of y'all just be forward. Just be Google, but like Google it. If it will help your marriage right now, Google it or whatever. It's all good. Anyway, guys, thank you. We'll see you once again next week. Cheers.